Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, I'm Shantae and I am a wellness coach and I share my journey with fibroids as well as some other lifestyle tips and changes that I have made to have better hormone health and to stop fibroid symptoms. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you are subscribed. And if you are new around here, comment below, introduce yourself. I love interacting with my community. Today, I want to share some really hot tips that I think can help you lock in these last 90 days, get our life together, get our hormones together, have better health. And I kind of made this whole little wellness plan for you. Now, I know you have probably been seeing it all over the other social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, all that, about locking in these last 90 days and really getting it in. But I feel like if you are someone who deals with issues with your hormones or symptoms with your hormones, that it can kind of feel really overwhelming to be doing this long, crazy list of things for 90 days straight. So I want to give you a more simplified plan, something that I think is more attainable and can really help you to deal with some of your symptoms and really just help you feel better overall. Maybe this is like a soft girl wellness plan for these last 90 days that I feel like is more, it's gonna be easier for you to lock in with. I recommend before October 1st even hits, before your, let's call it a soft girl lock in even hits, I want you to actually take some time and create a vision for your wellness. And this is something that I like to do with my clients because a lot of times we find ourselves adopting other people's version of what healthy is. And it's really not true to us and what's going on with us in the current season of life we're in. So I like to have people create basically a wellness vision board on Pinterest. But before you do that, I want you to take 15 minutes and I want you to journal about what wellness looks like for you, who you would be, and if you are in the best shape of your life, if you are in the best health, what would that be like for you? What would that feel like? Will you have more energy to play with your kids? Are you someone who volunteers in the community? Do you want to have more energy to do that? Do you want to look good in your holiday dresses for the holiday parties this season? It can be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be this deep thing. It can be maybe you just want to have a flat stomach, in your holiday clothes. I don't care what it is. I want you to journal about it. And when you journal about this, I want you to really try to embody what that would feel like for you. So after you've taken some time to journal about this, and maybe you might need more than one day because you really need some time to think about it, that's okay. But after you've journaled about it, then I want you to create your board. I like to use Pinterest because it's easy. There's tons of images there. And it's just an easy platform to maneuver and work with. Now on that vision board, again, you're gonna be pinning things that are adding things to your board that you might wanna eat. Images that embody how you wanna feel. Like anything like that is going to be good to add to your wellness board. Now, when October 1st hits, now you have a vision, now you have something that you can kind of go off of, something that you can fashion what we're going to do around, keeping that purpose in mind when you are doing the things we're going to talk about for our month by month plan. Now, I know a lot of time when people do these, they just have this list of things they want to do consistently for 90 days. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But I kind of wanted to go a bit deeper here. And I want to make sure that every month we are doing something to improve our mental health, our physical space or our environment around us, as well as our physical health. For month one, October, I want you to, and you probably could have guessed this because I'm so big on walking, but I want you to set a step goal. What I want you to do is for those first couple days of October, let's say for the first 3 days, I just want you to wear a step counter. I actually wear, I don't have it on me right now, but I got like a $20 step counter from Amazon. That's fine. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't have to go out and buy a Fitbit or anything like that, or any of those fitness watches, unless that's just something that you want to do. A simple step counter is fine. Some people like to use their phones. I know some phones have them on there. I just don't care for that because I don't always carry my phone around with me. So that doesn't work really well for me. But if you're someone that walks around with your phone, that'll probably work well for you. But get you a pedometer. And for the first 3 days, I really just want you to don't try to do more steps. Just do what you would normally do. And so I want you to take the average from those 3 days and add like 1,000 steps to it. And that's going to be your first step goal. So for the rest of October, you're going to do, that step goal for the entire month. The next thing that I want you to do, and this is going to lean into that stress area, is I want you to start getting a planner. I want you to get a planner. I want you to start being more organized and intentional about your life. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us are stressed because we're not organized. And we are not finding ways to create systems for ourselves. So get something simple. You don't have, especially if this is your first time using a planner, I don't suggest getting anything super complex, super complicated, but get you a planner so that you can start planning your days out a little bit and see if that helps you to manage your stress better, because now you have a plan. I always recommend the day before planning for the next day, because that's going to help you go into the next day again already with a plan, already with your mindset on what you need to do, and it even helps you to kind of prepare for that and cut some of that unnecessary stress out. If you are looking for a planner, I do really like a Panda planner. It just works well for my brain. It breaks everything down. But again, that might be a little bit too complex for some people, or maybe your brain might need that, like mine. But again, you can get something inexpensive. You can even just use a notepad. But what I want you to do is just start being more intentional and see how that helps to reduce your stress. The next thing I want you to do for your physical health is to start focusing on meal planning and meal prepping. Now, I know this is a very difficult thing, but I will tell you, when I make my meals ahead of time and when I don't have to think about what I eat, especially in the last 3 months, which tend to be a very busy season for a lot of us, it's really helpful for me. Even if you're only planning a day or two ahead of time, I can assure you that that's going to help you eat better, eat at home more, and stay on track. Now, if this is something that you really struggle with, I have a meal plan. It's already done for you. Hormone-friendly meals with your proteins, your healthy fats, and there's a grocery list that's already there. The meal plan is already there. The recipes are already there. All you have to do is grocery shop and prep the food. I'll link that in the description below so that you can get that. Okay, now I got you through month 1, so let's recap October. So in October, we are going to set a step goal, focus on that for the entire month of October. We are going to get organized with our time, use a planner, and the third thing we're going to do is start meal planning and or meal prepping. Now for November, for our step goal, we're just going to add an additional 1,000 steps to that goal. That's it. Not too complicated. We're going to add 1,000 steps. Now, another thing you can do, if you're someone who's like, oh, now I want to try Pilates, or I've been meaning to try Pilates, or if you go to a gym that has good classes, you could add a class instead, or add 2 classes a week. It's up to you, but what I want you to do is add just a little bit more movement this month in so that you can add some exercise in. For the environment portion, or for working on your environment, I want you to do a home audit. And I think by the time this video actually comes out, I will have a home audit cheat sheet for you. But what I mean by this is I want you to note in your household, whether it's your cleaning products, your kitchen products, maybe you use a lot of plastic, you know, with your cooking and your kitchen stuff. I want you to start writing that stuff down and noting what you're going to do to replace those items. Now, I'm not expecting you to replace all of those items by the end of the year. It takes time, it takes money, and you know, these days the coins are a little tight. So I'm not expecting you to replace everything, but I do want you to be more aware of it and make a list of the items that you need to replace and what the replacement will be. Like I said, I think by the time this is up, I'll actually have a list that's already done for you. And if that is available, I will put that in the description below as well for you, just to make it easier for you. And I'll put all my recommendations for replacements as well. Now, this step is really going to help you reduce some of the household toxins that you might be coming in contact with every day. And the reason why this is actually important to your health is because a lot of these things have chemicals and substances that might be mimicking or that are hormone disruptors or hormone mimickers. And so we want to get that stuff out of our environment. We want to start clearing up our environment, not just by cleaning up, but even in, I guess you can say, the quality of items that we're using and that we have in our household. And the third thing that I want you to do in November is start setting boundaries around your holiday eating. So at this point, we got Friendsgivings coming up. We got the holiday parties are in full effect. And, you know, I get it. We all want to, you know, indulge a little bit. But now is really the time where you need to set some boundaries with yourself. And that might look like, I'm not eating past 7 p.m. or I'm not drinking this whole holiday season. Or maybe it's, hey, if I go out, I'm going to stick to proteins and veggies while I'm out at these, you know, events that I have to attend, or I'm going to skip dessert at the events. Whatever that is for you, I want you to set a boundary around that and stick to that for the rest of the season. So to recap November, let's increase our steps or add an additional fun workout that you like in. We're going to do a home audit, and we are going to set boundaries around our holiday eating and our, you know, party eating this season. Okay, now for month 3, this is where we're gonna bring it all home. In month 3, the first thing that I want you to do as far as minimizing stress is I want you to do a life audit this month. I want you to spend one to 3 days writing down things that you're doing every day, big and small. What are you spending time doing every single day? You know, whether it's laundry, your job, whatever it is, I want you to start writing out things that you're doing every day. You know, caring for a family member, caring for your children, whatever it is, I want you to make a life audit list, and I want you to go down that list and see if A, there's anything that you can remove completely, or B, there's anything that you can outsource or ask for help with. Now, when I say outsource, I know a lot of people think about that in terms of hiring someone, and that's great if you can afford to do that. But sometimes outsourcing can be as simple as, you know, buying a product or something that helps you not have to do this thing all the time. For example, I mentioned my meal plan earlier. That's a form of outsourcing, because now you have a month worth of meals. You don't have to do any of the thinking about how you're going to get that done. It's already planned out for you. Or maybe, I think this season I'm personally going to invest in a robot, mop thing, like that mops and that vacuums, because we have hard floors all in the downstairs of our house, and I'm tired of sweeping and mopping. So that's gonna be something that I essentially outsource this season. So when I say outsource, don't just think, oh, I have to hire somebody. Again, if you can do that, that's great. But if you can't, you know, there are other ways to outsource. And if you need some help with that, just let me know down in the comments if that's something, if there's like a thing that you want to get off your plate and maybe you need a creative way to outsource it. And for your movement goal, same thing. You can either increase your step goal by 1,000 or add in another type of workout. Or I would even say now's the time to try something fun, something different, some kind of movement that might bring you joy. And the third thing that I want you to do this season is really start carving out time to just breathe, just focus on you. I don't care what it is. I want you to create a ritual for yourself every day. And maybe that ritual can be, you know, you get up and go drink some tea outside in the sunlight or by a window in your home for 10 minutes. Maybe that ritual is you read a book at night. Maybe that ritual is, I don't know, you go for a walk in the morning. Whatever it is, I want you to create something for yourself, create space for yourself. It doesn't matter, whatever just feels personal to you, whatever feels good for you. I just want you to create that space for yourself, ending the year and going into the new year so that we can go into the new year with a clear head. Now, one thing I want to note about this video is, I know I talked a lot about stress management, and stress reduction, but I feel like we don't talk enough about that in wellness, and we focus on these lock-in periods, but we don't talk about managing stress enough. And so that is important, because when your body is stressed, you hold on to excess fat, you are more fatigued, your digestion goes crazy. And so I think that that's an important part of wellness, and I always make sure that I add that as part of any wellness plan that I'm creating. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you let me know in the comments if there's any of these that you need help with. Also, if you are new, make sure you introduce yourself in the comments so that we can connect. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.